This week on One Devotion, meet the Euroleague player who inspired basketball's Fear the Beard rallying cry. Guess which teammate really knows his way around backstage at their club. Learn how his love for basketball helps a rising Euroleague talent overcome homesickness. And find out where your favourite teams stand halfway down the road to the playoffs. There is no doubt that the list of Turkish Airlines Euroleague stars with trendy, thick beards has grown in recent years. Former MVPs Sergio Rodriguez of Real Madrid and Vasilis Spanoulis of Olympiacos Piraeus top the list. But back in the fall of 2009, when Rodriguez was still clean-shaven and Spanoulis sporting a short, tightly cropped beard, Cedevita Zagreb's Jacob Pullen was playing his third season of college basketball and about to introduce the world to a new look.
Yeah, I'll take credit for the Fear the Beard thing. That's something that my school started at Kansas State.
As Pullen tells the story, trend-setting facial hair was not originally in his plans.
My junior year, we were not preseason ranked or anything, but we started to play really well, and a couple of my teammates realized that I hadn't shaved in a while, and they just told me, you know, you can't do it now because we rolling.
Pullen agreed, and things only got better for his team.
We ended up beating 3 or 4 ranked teams going into the Big 12 conference games, and it just became a little bit of a madness after that. And everyone on campus, all of the media just was saying, you know, fear the beard and stuff like that. And I just had to keep it, you know, and I ended up keeping it the whole season.
As Pullen was putting together a breakout season on the court, beards started to pop up all over the university campus.
It was interesting because, you know, at first I really didn't pay attention to it because, you know, just trying to stay focused. But then the more media press and the more the fans and stuff got attached to it, it became, you know, people walking around campus with fake beards and just everywhere, you know, just fake beards everywhere.
But was it really the beard that propelled Pullen and K-State on a great run?
I did get into a rhythm, you know, and I can't say if it's the beard or if it wasn't the beard, but, you know, I got into a really good rhythm my junior and senior year, and I felt like, you know, why change something? You know, I have my superstitious ways at times for basketball games, so I didn't want to change anything, so I just kept rolling with the beard.
From the time he left college as his school's all-time leading scorer and began a professional career that has taken him to 7 European clubs in 4 countries over 5 seasons, Pullen has hardly ever shaved.
I can count it on one hand. I probably shaved about 4 times. Summertime when I go home to America, I usually shave it because it's warm and I'm not playing basketball, so I don't really need it.
When he is playing basketball the rest of the year, Pullen is happy to forget shaving, even though the beard is not his trademark in Europe.
I'm still comfortable, you know. Now it's more of a choice, you know, living in Europe, you know, I just choose not to shave it at all. Sometimes, you know, I go through long periods of times where I didn't shave it, but, you know, in Barcelona and in other places, I've shaved it before.
And though he may take credit for the Fear the Beard rallying cry, Pullen won't claim that basketball players are going unshaven now just because of him.
I won't say that I started it. I kind of made it fashionable at an earlier stage, and, you know, then James Harden and a lot of other guys, you know, now Sergio Rodriguez has a good beard. Malcolm Delaney has a good beard. So there's some guys in the Euroleague with some good beards.
What remains a good bet is that as long as Jacob Pullen keeps playing basketball, he'll be doing it with his beard.
The beard is becoming a popular thing, and I'm happy to be a part of it. I feel like it's become more of a trending thing, but I like it. You know, I think it's more of rough, war-ready type of thing. You're not really worried about your looks. It's just letting it go.
Simsander Vene grew up in Estonia with 2 professional basketball players as his parents, and during his childhood years, the team he played on was coached by his father. Later on, Vene left home to move to Lithuania and was soon followed by his father, whose first coaching job abroad took him to Žalgiris Kaunas, the same team Vene now represents.
I believe I remember some pictures when I was like 3 or 4 or something, just running around in a gym with mother and with some other kids. I remember some later, like when I go to school already, that I had to do my homework to get to the practice with father. And if I couldn't make it, I remember some tears and things. So pretty young when I start to remember everything. From one side, it's easy because you know what he wants and how he's gonna act or what he expects from you. From other side, it's tough because everybody looking at you and your father expects always the most from you, not from the other guys. So it's, two-side story. It's hard to say, is it easy or is it hard? I think the decision wasn't tough because, I was young, I was 15 at the time. So it seemed like a new adventure or some new thing, and to go alone to the other country, it seemed really cool. But as a still kid, pretty much, so it takes time, and it's not so easy to live in another country alone. But I wasn't also something that, I don't know, I had to cry about something or was too hard that I would want to go back home. So I lived it, and it was a good experience, I think.
Top 16 round 7 saw some spectacular action. Here are the key moments from all over the continent. All 4 home teams tasted victory, with Fenerbahce beating Unicaja, Zvezda easing past Cedevita, Lokomotiv overcoming Darussafaka, and Panathinaikos outlasting Efes. In Group E, unbeaten leaders Fenerbahce took charge early against Unicaja Malaga, as Epe Udo quickly started a performance of startling inside dominance. Udo finished with a club record 7 blocks, the joint 3rd highest in Euroleague history, along with 10 rebounds, and his team was never troubled, en route to a very comfortable win.
Big win for us. To go 7-0 in this first half, the top 16 is big, but we got to stay healthy. We got to get healthy, and we got to keep working. It was fun. It's a blessing to be a part of this, man. We're doing something special this year.
Another team enjoying a strong home performance was Cervena Zvezda, which led all the way against Cedevita, whose 20 points from Jacob Pullum was never enough. With tennis ace Novak Djokovic watching on, Quincy Miller scored 22 points for the hosts, and Vasilija Micic delivered 9 assists as Zvezda won easily. At home to Darussafaka, Lokomotiv pulled away thanks to a 24-4 run fueled by Anthony Randolph. Scotty Wilbekin briefly rallied Darussafaka in the final quarter, but that wasn't enough to trouble Lokomotiv, which was always in charge and cruised to a big win. In a battle for playoff position, Panathinaikos and Anadolu Efes competed hard in a game which always looked like producing a close finish. Dario Saric led the visitors' challenge, but Miroslav Radulica was a powerful inside presence, scoring 23 points as Panathinaikos held firm in the final stages to claim a key home victory. Fenerbahce retains a 2-game lead over Lokomotiv, with Zvezda and Panathinaikos occupying the other 2 playoff spots, but Efes is just 1 game behind as the top 16 reaches its midway point. Real Madrid was this round's only road winner at Khimki. Laboral blew away Bamberg, CSKA Moscow overcame Olympiacos, and Barcelona defeated Žalgiris. A big showdown in Group F saw reigning Euro Cup champions Khimki Moscow face reigning Euroleague champions Real Madrid for the 3rd time this season. After 2 regular season triumphs, Khimki was eyeing another win with a 10-point third-quarter lead. But Sergio Llull and the outstanding Gustavo Ayllón gave the visitors a powerful finish and a vital road victory. At home to Brose Baskets Bamberg, group co-leaders Laboral Cucha Vitoria Gasteiz rode another strong performance from Ioannis Borousis, who registered his 8th double-double of the season to help seal an extremely convincing home victory. In a rematch of last season's semi-final, Olympiacos challenged CSKA through the inside presence of Othello Hunter and Georgios Printezis, and a closely contested encounter ensued. But former Red Stars Karl-Heinz and Milos Teodosic had the final say, as Teodosic netted 21 points to lead his team to an important home win.
This game was a very important game for us. Now we have 5-2 in the group. Olympiacos is one serious team. We knew it that they're gonna come here and play one tough basketball. We respond on that, and we show that tonight we show one really good game. I want to say big thank you to all fans who came tonight to support us.
Žalgiris Kaunas coach Šarūnas Jasikevičius returned to one of his former clubs and saw his team take a first-quarter lead over Barcelona through an inspired start from veteran big man Jan Vujukas. But Barcelona responded with a strong team effort, led by Juan Carlos Navarro, and withstood a late Žalgiris rally to hold on for a high-scoring victory. CSKA Moscow and Laboral Cucha enjoy a share of the lead, but Khimki and Real Madrid are 1 game behind in a group which sees 7 teams separated by just 2 wins.
For the moment, it's Roger Boba. He arrived 3 times late.
Simi. Simi is always the last person to finish eating. Hey. He's not late to practice or nothing, but if we have a meeting, he's going to be the last person to walk in. He's the last person to finish eating, so it's always Simi.
Nobody's late in Fenerbahce. You can't be late.
It's me. You say it's at 5, I get there at 4:48.
Nobody's late. That's not acceptable. Ian is also my roommate. He asks me every time 200 questions for day. Which time is this appointment? Which time we have to go? What time is lunch? What time is dinner? It's incredible. And he always forgot the schedule of the day. When I forgot, if I'm not there, he arriving late for sure.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Singleton is always late. He late on 2 meetings, I think, and on 1 practices.
Roger Zerbo, he's late sometimes to the practice.
Last year that I couldn't in, but has moved on. But this year, everyone's pretty much here on time and punctual.
I think me, not late, but being right on time. So lately I'm always right on time and trying to fix that, be a little bit before, but always something happens before practice or whatever. So
James Gis, he's late many times, but he has a very tough schedule, so okay, there's no problem.
Thanks.
The best gamer on the team.
He's a geek, really, the real definition of geek.
Me.
he likes to play with his PlayStation.
Me.
Me, for sure.
Like, he's the crazy about that thing.
Watching Turkish Airlines Euroleague stars fly up and down the court, entertaining fans all over Europe, it's easy to forget that many make big sacrifices to be there, not the least of which is living and working far, far away from family and friends. For Darüşşafaka 2's Istanbul guard Reggie Redding, only his devotion to basketball is big enough to overcome his homesickness for the only city he had ever lived in prior to turning pro, Philadelphia.
I think I'm 100% Philly. Grew up there my whole life, high school, college there. The first time I actually left this city really is my first year overseas, so it was tough.
Though he loves his hometown, Redding misses his family most of all, which is more than appropriate for a son of the city of brotherly love.
My great-grandmother had 16 kids, so it's a lot of us all over, and mostly in Philadelphia. I'm really close with them. They've always been supportive of me since I've been playing basketball. Everyone in the city that knows me knows my family from coming to the games and just always being there. So that was the hardest thing for me, my first year being overseas. And every year is hard leaving them.
His first seasons far from home were particularly difficult for Redding, who played one season in Cyprus and 4 in Germany before coming to Darüşşafaka over the summer.
You sit in your apartment kind of a little, I wouldn't say depressed, but you just sit there and you just think about home, think about your family, your friends, and it can take a toll on you and it can affect the way that you're playing. The last couple of years, I kind of learned how to adjust a little faster. This is my 6th year over here, so it never gets easy, but you learn how to deal with it.
One thing that has helped Redding in recent years has been changes in communications technology that allow him to stay as close as possible to friends and family.
Without that, I don't know how I would make it. Before this technology, the modern technology, I don't know how the overseas players did it.
The best remedy for Redding's struggles, however, is to hit the basketball court.
That's when I have the most fun, and that's when I enjoy life. One of the times I enjoy life the most.
Homesickness revisited Redding last season when he was playing in the Euroleague for Alba Berlin. First, his great-grandmother, with whom Redding had lived while growing up, passed away. Then, after he had gone home for her funeral, as he was packing to return to Germany, he was hit with a second tragedy.
Then I get a call. My grandpa was found unconscious and was rushed to the hospital. And then about an hour later, they said he had passed. And that was the one that really hurt me, because it was just like so unexpected. And like for the relationship I had with him, it was just, it's unexplainable, you know what I mean? It was just, he was just a great grandfather. You could count on for anything. That's the one that really hit me hard.
Ultimately, Redding was able to find comfort in the game he loves.
I was a little more appreciative of basketball at that point, just because it was kind of like a getaway. I wasn't sitting around thinking about what was going on back at home and everything. You never get over losing a family member. I mean, you'll mourn them forever, but after a few weeks or a month, a couple months went by, I started to feel a little better. And I was just And then we started rolling a little bit in Euroleague. The season was going well. And things were just on its way up when it felt like it was at the worst it could be.
Focusing on the big picture has been key to Reading learning how to best cope far from home.
Understand what you're doing this for, and just you got some things. When you want things in life, you got to sacrifice some things, and I think this is a big sacrifice that I'm making for my future.
Ultimately, Reading has learned something that he is sure will comfort anyone like him who pursues his dream on the other side of the world. You can take the man out of his hometown, but you can't take his hometown out of the man.
When you go back home, it's going to be the same. You're not really, well, I know as for me, I'm away from Philadelphia a lot, but once I go back after the season, it doesn't really feel like I've been gone.
Whenever it has needed a big result this season, reigning champion Real Madrid has been able to turn to centre Gustavo Ayllón. Such was the case this week when the big Mexican dominated to lead Los Blancos to their first road win of the top 16, securing himself the MVP of the Week award for the second time this season. Ayllón was in top form in the 82-93 road win at Khimki Moscow region, as he tied his career best with a performance index rating of 41, which is also the joint highest achieved by any player so far in the top 16. Ayllón set a new personal best with 24 points on 10 of 12 two-point shooting. He also added 13 rebounds for his fourth double-double of the top 16 and collected 5 steals, 2 assists and 2 blocks in a superb outing.
Number 5, Moscow, Russia. DJ Strawberry for Olympiacos bounces the pass to Othello Hunter. And he takes the direct route to the basket, going straight over Victor Creapa for a big dunk. Number 4, Moscow, Russia. Sergio Rodriguez for Real Madrid finds Billy Hernan Gomez, and he takes off. Wonderful pass from Sergio Rodriguez. Number 3, Istanbul, Turkey. The athletic Mindaugas Kuzminskas goes up, but Epe Udo first, and then Jan Vesely meet him with the block. Number 2, Belgrade, Serbia. The end of a big win for Crvena Zvezda. Beautiful alley-oop connection. Vasilije Misic throws up the pass, and Nemanja Dangubic meets it to explode the alley-oop at the rim. Great play from Crvena Zvezda. Number 1, Moscow, Russia. Against his old team, Kyle Hines takes the pass, and he flies to the rim over Yanis Papapetru to unleash a fierce two-handed slam with the foul. It's Kyle Hines. Welcome to Scavenger Hunt. Let's meet today's intrepid explorers.
Hello, I'm Dimitris Agravanis from Olympiacos Piraeus.
Hello, I'm Michalis Tsarelis from Olympiacos Piraeus.
Let's start with your first task. Find me something round that's not a basketball.
I was first. I found this on the gym.
Sorry, man. Did you find something else? So I brought this one.
1 point for Dimitris. Now find something made of glass. Okay, what did you find?
I found the glasses of my gym.
Another point for Dimitris.
Again, I'm trying to find something.
I have to give them back now.
Now find something to eat.
I found this equipment manager store.
Another point for Dimitris.
Didn't find anything.
Ready for your next challenge. Find an old thing.
Something?
An old thing.
What old? I am again first. I found this guy. No. I found this guy.
No.
No, he doesn't count as old. That's a point for Michalis.
Found us outside.
Next, find something to read.
Read.
Only 1 second. Here in this place, in this room.
Very good, very quick. Okay, it's 3-2 to Dimitris. Next challenge, find a black object. Very close.
Both, I think this is both. This
So
is
for
tight.
three. Very tight.
We'll give you a point each. Now, find a dirty object.
So, I think the game is very tight.
Yeah, it doesn't get much dirtier than that. Another point for Michalis. It's 4-4.
No. Leave it tight.
Okay.
We're okay. I'm good with the tie.
We'll leave it as a tie. Well done, guys.